Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. Sean Higgs coming at you. It's Tuesday, the 18th of November. And it's a Tuesday. Alex Smart, Matt Fargo joining the program for some college basketball. We'll get to the Champions Classic tonight. Nice doubleheader here. We got some name brand recognition going on. But before we get to that, hit the like, share, subscribe, notification bell on, so you know each and every day we come at you with daily free pick videos. Friday's a live show, Football Friday. I get these gentlemen with me, along with Mark Lawrence. Maybe special guests, you never know. Friday. How about a Friday? We'll put the R in there. Friday Football Live, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You don't miss out on that. And, of course, more free picks on the weekend from Chip Trimbus and the OG Vegas Legend crew there. Notification bells, subscriptions, likes, all that good stuff. Don't miss a free pick video. Now, best bets, top plays, premium action over at gamblesworld.net. You get all of our the proverbial money where your mouth are plays. I say this each and every day. 3, 7, 30-day packages guaranteed. Show you profit, we credit you back. Can't go wrong with that. All sports included. That's on our daily pass, a weekly, a monthly, a yearly, a seasonal. It's everything. It's not like, well, you get NBA here, but it's, buy the college basketball here. Here's NFL, but it doesn't include your hockey. It's all inclusive for the packages. Go get them, especially now, a all-access weekly or even a day pass. There's NBA, there's college hoops, there's hockey, and there's football 7 days a week. Let's go. Thanksgiving is next week. Stuff that turkey with money. No, you can't put money in it. I guess you want stuffing in there. Well, we'll help you. We'll help you get a real turkey and not some little, just a little breast. You want wings. You want the whole thing. You want to be able to make turkey soup and crap for the next week. Although I'm a ham guy. We've discussed this. Matt, do you cook ham on Thanksgiving along with your turkey?
No. Turkey only.
All right, get out of here. Alex? Alex is from Canada. He probably cooks elk instead of turkey. What do you put out there? Caribou?
I do.
Caribou wings?
I do eat a lot of wild meat, yeah. But you know what? I like beef. Yeah.
Do you hunt your own turkey up there?
No, pheasant.
Pheasants?
Pheasant. Yeah.
Are they big birds? They're kind of small.
They're a medium-sized bird. Yeah, I need that.
They put quail. I go to this little joint over here. It's a pretty good Mexican place. But there's like quail on the menu. I'm like, oh, quail wrapped in bacon. Dude, the quail's like the size of a can of Pepsi. Like, the hell is this? And it's like half bones. I'm like, can I get like 6 of these? Like, what is this? This is like just a plump chicken wing.
The bones melt right in your mouth.
That's what it is to me. It's a big chicken wing. Like, can I have a 6 quail, please? I feel like it's like Blues Brothers. 4 whole fried chickens and a Coke. That's the way I'm like ordering the quails. There we go. You want movie quotes? How about that? There's 2 white guys out here like they're from the IRS or something. What do you want to eat?
What's that fancy stuff? Like a Cornish game hen. They're like this big. You have to get like 3 of them. Cornish.
Yeah. Cornish hens.
Yeah.
Let's have that discussion. What are those?
Cornish hens, yeah.
What the hell? Who's cooking that? What is that for your child? Is that for your 6-month-old? Cornish hens. For babies.
So yeah.
For babies.
We used to be able to call those midgets, but you can't. You're not allowed to say that. It's not politically correct.
Can't do that anymore. How about dwarf?
Dwarf. There you go. That's more politically correct.
Right? What would be the politically correct? Vertically challenged?
You're just digging your hole deeper here right now. You have little people. They're little people. Little right? People. That's a great afternoon. Little chickens.
We got to bring them back. That throwing short people. Was that Randy? Who was his name? Randy something. Randy Newman. Short people got no reason to live. You ever hear that song?
That's fabulous.
Yes, really little feet. They tell lies. Tiny little people with their tiny little eyes. And then he had a good song, Miami. He sang that song, Miami. Anyway. All right, we're off the rails for 5 minutes. It happens. If you're still watching, you're a diehard. Thank you. We'll get to some free picks right now. Let's game number 1 here. Michigan State and Kentucky. We did the Kentucky game last week, right, against Louisville, Matt, and they got not really run out of the building. When we looked at that game, we're like, well, you're giving me some points here with Pretty good team by Mark Pope. Now they're favored on a neutral. Game's at MSG. This is the Champions Classic. And you usually get a good matchup here. A 5.5-point neutral over Michigan State. Again, all four of these guys are top 15 teams. They're good. I think Kentucky's in the top 15. Michigan State might be like 18 or something, right around there. You're going to give me 5.5 points with Izzo. And it's not like this is a bad Izzo team. This is a team that was, again, quote-unquote, ranked in the preseason. But this guy is always in. And I know his teams usually get better as the season progresses. But Kentucky's also in a spot where we saw them last week against the Louisville team where they're not where they want to be. I mean, they battled in and lost by a little bit, put up a bunch of points. You know what you're getting at Izzo's team. Izzo's team is a 76-point defensive squad, right? He's being, I don't know, well, he's bitching, whatever. We could say that here, I guess. Complaining, we're going to get killed if we play like this. You won by 20 last week, but that's what he expects. He expects his team to win 75-46 against the Fresnos and the San Jose's Kings. Not give him 60. 5.5 for me. I like it. I like Izzo. I'm always a Sparty kind of guy. I think he's a good coach, and whether he dives into like some of these one-and-done guys like other programs, he builds players. They're system kind of guys. You want to give me 5.5? 5? Is this 10 in Kentucky? That's what you're telling me it would be, right? I mean, this would be like 8 or 9 there. That's no way. No way. Give me Michigan State, Matt.
I have to go against you on this one. Sorry, Higgsy. Michigan State, like you said, his teams, he's a great coach. I love Izzo. I've always loved him. I just love his attitude, everything about him. But like you said, his teams tend to get better as the season goes along. It happened last year. They came into the season, not much expectations. They go to the Elite Eight, almost make it to the Final Four. They haven't hit the road yet this year. Their one test was against Arkansas. They won by 3 points. Arkansas is a decent team, yes. I get that. Here's the thing. I see the number 4.5 right now in a lot of places and some 4s out there too. I think they're overrated right now. Here's why I think that is because you look at the AP poll in basketball. It's just like football. You shouldn't really even care about it. It doesn't matter. The people who vote on it don't watch basketball. If you look at someone like Blue Ribbon who actually knows basketball, Michigan State was unranked. They were picked 8th in the Big Ten. And they barely got by Colgate in their opener, barely got by Arkansas. They rebounded with a 19-point win against San Jose. I think Izzo's right. I don't think his team is quite there yet. And I think Kentucky wants to prove themselves after that Louisville game. They came back with a big win over Eastern Illinois, big deal. But they want to prove against a worthy opponent, and I think Kentucky gets it done here.
And listen, Colgate is picked for 4th in the Patriot League, so we'll put some respect on the toothpaste over there.
The Red Raiders, you're right. You're right about that. I apologize.
Well, 4th in the bed. Listen, I like to jump in these kind of schools if they're like picked for 1 or 2 in their conference. I think they'll play up to kind of teams, right? You're thinking you're the best team in your small conference. You're going to play. You're going to be pumped up for a big boy. But listen, you're right with State. They do start slow, and you're 100% the line. And I just did this about an hour ago as we're filming. This is early, late morning here. This was 5.5, so it's come down a full point here with even 4s available at Penny. So maybe it's good for you laying a shorter number, but it looks nice for me when it comes down 1.5. Alex Smart, what do you think on this one? Doesn't look like we're going to have a consensus sort of play on this one here, but thoughts on Sparty and Kentucky?
I just did matchup efficiency numbers, and I looked at some other stuff. I just wanted to see, how they were matching up, how they started their season, and Matt's right. I don't think Michigan State's probably where they need to be right now for this kind of matchup. The Wildcats have a superior offensive efficiency. I know it's early, 19th nationally, rebounding dominant so far. It's been obvious with how they played. Also second half scoring, which is important here for what we might consider a backdoor cover. Look, I'll tell you, I really think that MSU, we can say all this stuff about Izzo constantly. He's one of the greatest coaches in our era. And, we all love him. We know that. But, Kentucky's depth and transition attack, I think it's going to be too much for them. I know 5 is tempting. I mean, we moved off that number, obviously. We'll see where it goes. But at -4, wow, man. Backdoor covers sort of go down the drain here a little bit, even with a lot of rebounds at the end. The metrics really, especially post Louisville, the motivation there, I think is way up, and I think we go with Kentucky to cover, even as far as -5. I think it's going to be close. I mean, when it comes to looking, something within 10 points, but I think Kentucky gets it done.
Not good for me, as both guys are against my play here. So take it for what it's worth, folks. If you want, we're not going to agree all the time, which is, I guess, good. You don't want to just have everybody on tunnel vision and just all in on the same thing, although it is helpful, but not so much here on game number 1. You're still sticking around. If you haven't already, notification bell on, subscribe to the YouTube channel here. Your comment on this Kentucky-Michigan State game, who do you agree with? Maybe you got a little insight. You're a fan, because we're fans of making money. We're not just trying to cheer on a team here. We just cheer to the victory. We cheer to the window, and then we're on to the next day. Game number 2, Kansas and Duke. Look at this one. I mean, talk about a move. The overhead, or the look on this number, was a 6. 11.5 right now with Duke. 11.5, 148.5 over Kansas. And this is one I kind of agree with here with the Duke number, Alex. I'm going to say lay it. This is a team, and it's a new team. It's not last year's team, but you lost last year to Kansas. You've lost 5 out of 6 to Kansas. You lost the last 2. I know they're spread out over years and years and stuff like this, but Duke is a program that right now, you beat Texas. I had Kansas against North Carolina. This team looks like they're still trying to find their way. I don't care that this is – if you would tell me Duke was 15 at home, I'd say, okay, I don't care. I'm taking Duke here. I'll lay the big number. 11.5. I don't think Kansas is ready. They didn't look good in their first trip against a good team on the road. I don't think they've improved to battle Duke here, where Duke is just Boozer, looks ridiculous. Again, different ball than when his dad played, but coming in dropping 35. You're 35. You're scoring 35 when you play for Duke. You're doing something right. Give me the Blue Devils here, Alex.
Oh, you want me to go? Okay.
Yeah, you go first this time. Yeah, man, I'll go first last time. Your turn.
Okay, no problem. You know what? I can't disagree with you. I don't like the number, but I can't disagree with you. I never like the number when they're trying to give me a little hook every now and then. I'm always looking at it like, oh, that should be a -10. That was a -10. I take it. I probably even look better at a -11 to me. But here when they're throwing out that half point right off the start, it makes me wonder. But anyway, to get to the point, Kansas defense. They're 11th in efficiency. They've got a historical edge in this series, and they, I know the games have been close, but the Jayhawks are, severely compromised without Peterson. Dropping their offensive punch against Duke's top 10 unit on both ends is going to be, I don't think it's going to happen. Anyway, Duke's blowout margins are 38, 54, 31, 15, rinse and repeat. I think they beat up today on their opponent, and the cover goes down.
I agree. Go ahead, Al. Matt. It's Matt's turn.
Yeah, I have to agree with both of you on this one. Initially, we look at the number. Is Duke 11 points better than Kansas when they're in full strength? I don't think so. I think it's too much of a number. But it all comes down to Peterson. Peterson is out. You got to go with Duke. Peterson had 22 against Carolina, and they still got killed. He's been out the last 2 games. He's questionable. If he comes back, I don't know what the numbers are going to come down to. Right now, I think the 11.5 is based on him not playing. I don't think it's going to go, and I think Duke can run them out of the gym. As we talked about it last week with Kansas Carolina. It was Kansas's first non-conference road game since 2001. And what they have a 9-point lead at halftime, and they got run out of the gym in the second half. They got outscored by 21 or 22, something like that.
I don't think that's a good North Carolina team.
Yeah, right, exactly. And that if Duke can play the way they have so far this year, I think they can easily win this game by 20. I really do. Like, besides Peterson, he got no help in that Carolina game. He scored, like I said, he scored 22. He got no help from anyone else. So if he's out, I think you have to lay it, even though you think it's a big number on a neutral court. But without him, I think Kansas is cooked.
Duke minus 11.5. I'm calling it for the show. We're taking a big fave here. Yeah. 1-1 with our college basketball. We're down $10. We 1-1 last week. So there's our college basketball free pick here. Now, the free pick is the free pick. Duke minus 11.5. Top plays today, college basketball. First of all, Matt Fargo's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you got? 5 packages up. 4 college hoops, college football. This is a day to get a all-day pass with Matt, or the way he's going to be firing, probably a weekly or monthly deal. Get on board Matt Fargo today. That being said, college hoop season, Alex Smart is your man. 65% on the year, number one in the money here for college basketball out of the gate. Alex is rolling along here, 17-9. Not too shabby. Not too shabby, Mr. Smart. Right. Showing everybody you are smart. Smarty cat. Smart cat. Nothing up for today as of now.
No, had some computer issues early this morning. Across we're looking at different stuff, and so I'm it's going to be a little bit slow me putting us stuff up. It'll be up this afternoon sometime.
I have a college football game for today, and I did all right yesterday in college basketball. 5-1, but only one game today. I like. I took one game. I took Abilene Christian. I'll tell you right now. I took Abilene +2. +2 Abilene. That's my only game. Sometimes you love the card. Sometimes it's just one of those things, folks.
What do you guys think about the totals on these 2 games we just talked about?
You know what? I'm not interested in totals. These college basketball totals, I've been trying to track them. They are so all over the place. Like, it's tough to. And I guess shouldn't say it's tough to on a game like this where it's a mini tournament, right? 2 teams play. You got 4 teams in the thing. This is probably more of where I should concentrate, like a Maui Invitational or something like that. But the way they've been moving on the overnights, Alex, I have not, no matter what game, been looking at them. Because you're talking 4, 5, 6 point moves overnight, or even just live in like just watching the board now, watching it move.
Yeah.
Every game moves 3 points, 4 points for Riverside Cal Baptist, 144-140. Yeah. I'm just staring at it. Idaho State Santa Clara, 154.5. It is 143.5 right now.
Yeah, that one. I'll tell you the truth. I actually looked at that this morning. That didn't make a lot of sense to me. I've got to look at the injury report because Santa Clara's playing fast. So
it's a weird total. It's a weird total because the spread moved a half a point from opener, but the total moved almost 10 points, or has moved 10 points. So it doesn't make sense.
Georgia Tech 12.5, 156 to 10.5, 161.5. 6 point line move. And it's actually 162.5 at some spots, so it's even higher. Yep. There's a 163 at Circle, 161.5.
Circle, yeah.
And it opened at 156.5.
Yeah, see, college basketball totals I stay away from. I really do.
I'd rather not even look. It'll just drive me crazy. Yeah. Xavier, 148 to 152.5. Delaware, 145.5 to 139.5. Maybe because these guys are a little more solid programs. There's no, not chicanery, but Delaware, you don't know who could be suiting up. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of stuff. Not like there's some grand conspiracy ring on. But Michigan State, Kentucky, Duke, these are schools that they're followed. They have their own press corps, which is why the lines are, the Duke line did come down 2 points, but and that kind of makes sense to me, right? The way we're thinking about Kansas, why wouldn't Duke win this 77-64 or something, right? And be an under kind of game.
The last 3 games between these guys went under. They're going to grind. It's going to be a grinder. But
even if Duke scores 80
on that line, that's the question. Still, no matter what,
if Duke scores 80, you need every ounce of Kansas to cover to get over that 149. You need them at 70 plus, which I don't know if they're going to get to.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, that one I tend to be an under on. But also, I guess Michigan State I look at an under because I think they're defensive, and I'm taking a dog. I'm thinking they're going to be at their pace of play as opposed to the Kentucky team getting up and down the court.
Right. Well, when Duke and Texas went, what was a total 135 points went on the board? So and Kansas unders have been 3 or 4? Yeah, 3 or 4 games, and excluding that UNC game, 135.5 points per game on average. Anyway, just throwing it out there.
They had
Duke has played awesome defense right now. I mean, they're just shutting everybody down. And if, like I said, going back to Kansas, if Peterson's not playing, who's going to score for Kansas?
Yes,
exactly.
No, like I said, I could see this being in a under like a 140 range at a 77-63, and that's 140. It's almost 10 points under the total.
Yeah.
Listen, we could add the under to this game. I mean, I'm not against it. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, with these marquee games, there's the board tonight. These are the only 2 really significant marquee matchups, whatever, on TV. Obviously, national TV. People are going to bet the over. That's what they like to do. They bet totals are going to bet the over because they're watching it. They want points, and I think totals are shaded a little bit because of that.
We got a nice Stephen F. Austin and Fresno line is 2. That's a little tight if you want to go for a little tougher game. All right, we added the Duke under 148.5. That's how we roll here. See, we start talking about things and it leads to more insight for us. So there you have it. Duke in a blowout, but Kansas can't score, so we're going to go under the total. Duke 11.5, under 148.5. Happy Tuesday. Gentlemen, thanks for popping in. I'll see Matt tomorrow. Alex back on Thursday with Doug. And you folks hopefully back tomorrow as well. Leave a comment on these 4 games or 2 games, and sides and totals will be a 4-pack there. So your thoughts, welcome. Good luck, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.